Oh, I'm excited for this video. Alright, and I'm ready. What is wrong with me? Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Vanessa here, and today we are talking about being single in our 20s, or at least my experience being single in my 20s, because what do I know? Probably nothing in the grand scheme of things. But I just thought that we should talk about things that aren't normally talked about, like dating apps and getting over a breakup and all the stupid things that you have to discover in your 20s. And I also feel like in a lot of my videos, I don't really talk about me. I just kind of do stuff or whatever. And I just want to take this video to have you guys get to know me a little more and my experiences. We're going to take this video to talk about me. And y'all gonna listen. Okay, so first things first, I wanted to address the fact that one of my first videos I ever made when I started YouTube was a 30 facts about me video. And in one of my facts, I had said that I had been in a relationship for 5 years and that I had started dating my boyfriend at the time when I was 15 and all that. And I just wanted to quickly say that the reason why I can make this video obviously is because that ended. That relationship lasted 6 years of my life, from when I was 15 till I was 21, and I'm 22 now. Just in case anyone was wondering and trying to do the math. But yeah, so when I created my YouTube in February of 2017, I was obviously in a very different mind state and a very different time of my life. One of the big things that I wanted to talk about in this video is getting over a breakup, especially one that was so significant in your life, you know, being 6 years. So as corny as it sounds, I wanted to say that the biggest thing for me getting over it was drowning myself in work, in school, with my friends. I honestly don't think I could have gotten through it without my friends, in all seriousness, because a lot of them were just there for me whenever I needed them, dropped anything for me. And a whole lot of Sex in the City, because as stupid as it sounds, watching that show for all 6 seasons that it has, it just really, really helps. Just seeing these women go through stupid things in dating and life, and it makes you realize, I know that this sounds so corny, but that there is life after a relationship, because you can get so sucked into this whirlwind of where am I gonna go now? Who am I gonna talk to now? What's gonna happen in my life? And if you're dramatic like me, you're gonna wallow in misery for a little while there, but then you gotta remember that he is not the sun and you were always golden, which is one of my favorite quotes. Just because he leaves doesn't mean that you lose your sunshine. And here we are. So I hate to bring up that Ariana Grande Thank You Next song, because I also feel like that's a pretty corny thing to bring up, but honestly, she says some really good things in there. And I can't stand when people look at their past relationships in a negative light. I mean, granted, of course, sure, some people go through some rough things in past relationships, but honestly, you really do have to sit there and think about what you've learned and what you can take out of that relationship and bring into your next one. Right now, I'm focusing on a relationship with me, because I needed to learn how to love me for a little while there, and I feel like I've gotten to a really, really good place in my life where I do love myself and I know my worth outside of a relationship. And you know, when you date somebody for 6 years, from 15 to 21, those are substantial amount of years of growth and changing and things that you're supposed to be learning about yourself. And I learned everything with that person. Now, I guess within this last year, I've had to take the time to really learn who I am without another person standing beside me. So I just felt like that song was really relatable. I'm sure for everyone, because everyone was sharing it for the day it dropped. But for me specifically, it really, really just connected with me, because sometimes you just gotta say, thank you next. I'm grateful for you, regardless of what happens. So now that I've addressed the fact that I am in fact single, and that's the reason why I'm making this video, I wanted to start talking about dating apps. So obviously when I became single, I felt like I was very late to the game in terms of dating apps, because a lot of my friends were heavily on Tinder, and I knew a few friends that were on Bumble, and I didn't know if I wanted to join those apps or not, but I figured, hey, what the heck, might as well give it a shot. So I was on Tinder and Bumble for a hot second there. It just made me realize how much those apps were not for me. The whole idea of Tinder and Bumble, you know, being based off of your looks and just, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I literally had Tinder for like a week and Bumble even less, like 3 days. I'm not here for hookups. I've never been that type of person, so I have a lot of friends, like I said, who use them, but it just made me realize that that's not what I'm looking for, so I kind of steered away from that. On the other hand, I did interact with a lot of people through Instagram. I find that Instagram is a lot easier to have conversations with just anyone. So, I mean, and I've met people through Instagram that, you know, I've actually had an interest in. For me, I guess that social media platform is kind of like a dating platform, if you really want to think about it that way. Not really, but it could be, because it has worked for me in the past. But yeah, as far as Tinder and Bumble and whatever else people are using, it's just not for me. I don't use it. Since I already kind of touched on it, the one thing that I've noticed in becoming comfortable with being alone and getting out of such a long relationship is that I don't really entertain anyone. I'm the type of, well, first of all, I'm loud. I can be obnoxious, but I've got personality for days, I think, and I'm always down to have a good time. And I just find that a lot of people don't match my energy on a level. It takes a lot for somebody to catch my attention and for me to even entertain them. I don't know. It's making me wonder why I even decided to make this video, because I'm the worst single ever. I'm perfectly happy being alone. Maybe that's what you came here for, and I hope that like you can get some of that out of me, being happy, being by yourself, because it takes a lot to get there. Another thing to talk about is how when I first became 21, I had this idea of what clubs and bars were going to be like, especially the way they make them seem. I hate to hate on my own show, but Sex and the City, they're always picking up guys like in bars and clubs and having meaningful relationships with these guys, or, you know, meaningful in Sex and the City realm. It's not like that in real life. It's not at all. I have never once picked up a guy at a club or a bar. I mean, the most I've ever given out to someone is my Instagram, because I think that's a pretty neutral platform. I'm not required to follow you back or answer your DMs. If you're trying to go to the clubs or bars to meet guys, that's not it, baby. What you think that they're there for, or no, we all know what they're there for. But I'm saying, if you're expecting something other than what you think and you know that they're there for, you're not getting it. I mean, lower your expectations, because the clubs and the bars are not the place for that, and I promise you that. I mean, unless y'all got a different experience, then let me know, because I'm down to hear it. Because, I mean, my mom and my stepdad met in a club, but they became really good friends, and then years down the road, that's when they ended up dating and then getting married and all that. But I don't know, I just feel like times are very, very different in terms of that. I think that the best way to meet someone is to not look for it. I like when things just kind of happen. I feel like they're more meaningful that way. You get more out of it. I mean, they always say that when you're looking for something, you're not going to find it, but as soon as you're not looking for it, that's when you'll find it. And I guess that kind of happened to me for a little bit there, but that's a story for another day. So another thing I wanted to talk about was casual relationships and the no strings attached relationships. In our day and age, those are everywhere, and it's very apparent, and I can't tell you how many of my friends have been like, what do you think? Like, is he taking me seriously? Is he not taking me seriously? And one of the things that I've had to realize over all this time is that if someone wants to be with you, they will be with you. If someone wants to spend time with you, they will spend time with you. If someone wants to talk to you, they will reach out. And it's literally that simple. Otherwise, he's just not that into you, mama. He's just not that into you. I feel like such a jerk sometimes when I'm telling my friends this, but sometimes I gotta smack it into their heads. Because, I mean, even I lose sight of that sometimes, you know? I mean, it happens. We all get caught up in what we're feeling. But with casual relationships and the no strings attached relationships that are so apparent these days, it's hard. It's hard not to get attached and feel that way, because a lot of time there is no communication. No one talks about it. No one says, what are we actually doing here? And that is definitely something that I have realized now, being single, because you never really know. I mean, we're all young, so I know that most of the guys that I'm dating at my age are not looking for things that are necessarily serious or whatever, but like I said, I'm one of those people that I like to go with the flow and I don't go out looking for things, but I'm also very straight up, and I think communication is one of the most important things. I feel like I'm such a reasonable person. It's honestly kind of ridiculous, because like I don't get upset with things. As long as you let me know what's up, like I'm like, okay, it's fine. To roll off of that, I've also realized that we shouldn't make time for wishy-washy people. Like I said, if somebody is going to want to be with you or spend time with you or talk to you, they will. And you just gotta like get rid of the wishy-washy people. Unless that's what you're into and you're also wishy-washy yourself and you don't wanna do the whole like serious thing, then that's on you. But I know that me personally, I don't have time for wishy-washy. It's either you're in or you're out, and that's just me. I know what I want, and it's not that. And I guess that's why, I mean, back to like the dating app thing, that's why I'm not into Tinder or Bumble or any of that stuff, because all that stuff feels so fake and artificial and casual. Everything about it is casual. That's not me, baby. So if that's what you're looking for, that's why you're watching this video, because you found it on my Instagram and you clicked on it and you were like, let me get to know this girl. Thank you, next. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was age. And does age play a role in dating? And my answer is yes, 100%. I just can't like see myself dating someone who's like 29, 30. I just feel like that's two completely different stages of life. When I'm 28, I know that I'm gonna be thinking about getting married. Ugh, I don't even like to talk about it. Right now at 22, marriage is not like anywhere in sight for me, and you know, I'm enjoying like going out and being over 21 and drinking and hanging out with my friends and having no responsibilities. And I just feel like with those two different ages, even just 28, 29, 30 is just two different stages. I know that if I'm like 30, I'm probably thinking about having my first kid, and if I'm 22 dating a 30-year-old and he wants me to have a kid, it's just gonna be a hard stop, because no babies are coming out of me anytime soon. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish up this video by basically saying that what I've discovered about myself is that I'm going with the flow. I'm not looking for things. I'm kind of a hopeless romantic, if you will. Just waiting for something to happen to me. But yeah, I plan to do this video again maybe in a year or so and see what I've learned with new ideas, new concepts, new thoughts from you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe down below, because it means the world to me. I really hope you guys like this video, because I had fun making it and asking questions on Instagram and getting insight from you guys. But thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. So now that we have dressed, it's all gonna get edited anyway. Am I right? Am I right? I'm totally right. And y'all gonna listen. It's Scorpio season, I'm sorry. I'm just a little obsessed with myself. Yeah. Does that even make any sense? Sometimes I feel like I talk out of my. Thank you, next. What? Thank you, next. Yeah. You said
said thank you later.
Oh, I didn't? Oh, oops. Oops. So I hate to bring up that Ariana Grande thank me.
Thank me next.
Okay, next subject. My ear was so itchy that entire time. I already said that. So now that I've already addressed the fact that I am in fact single, and that's why I'm making this video. This is me pointing to the header. Ah! Okay, I need to get my together.
27, so well, a little more maturity there.
Yeah. That's a good topic to talk about.
Age.
Does age matter? And yes, honey, it does. This is my YouTube channel. I'm gonna talk about what I want. I'm gonna say the things that I want. This is my video. If you don't like it, you can exit. You can unsubscribe. You can not like it. You could even dislike it. That's part of my bloopers. Well, I still got. Ooh, I got a good amount. I got a good amount of wine left. We might have to kill that tonight. You can stop recording now.